Okay, welcome to a third random pick of Berserk challenge. So we had Hawk in the first episode, we had Ishkor in the second episode, so I will remove it from the wheel. And we have 7 assault frigates remaining. It's quite ironic that I got probably 2 of the most powerful assault frigates in the first 2 runs. Hawk and Ishkur. Nergal is better, but it's in a separate price category. So I'm curious what we will get now. It can only go downhill unless we will get a Nergal. Let's see. Okay, this is kind of funny. But in 3 rounds I get like 3 most powerful assault frigates. Not a big fan of Nergal, to be honest. It's very good, but it's also very expensive, and people will be, I think, very reluctant to give 1v1s. And probably it will take me a very long time to get any reasonable footage for this ship. In like earlier in my EVE career, I don't think I have ever used it for any reasonable amount of time. So it will be, I think, the same learning curve as with the updated Ishkur. Okay, I will think about the feats, and I will be back with PIFA as usual. Okay, I checked the killboards and played a bit with his ship in PIFA. Only 4 people in faction warfare use Nergal regularly. 1 is like really regularly, and 3 hours like now and then. And surprisingly, this is the most popular fit. Dual rep with the cap booster. I don't think it works, just from the theoretical perspective. This is a ship with no mobility and no control, and you're paying $500 million for it. This is excluding implants, boosters, and everything else. So, yeah, I'm not gonna use this one. Like, if you want just sit stationary and tank, then just use Ishkur. This will be 5 times cheaper, and the tank is even better than on this one. And it will be less vulnerable to kiting, striking disruptors, because at least you have 2 packs of bonus drones, and you only have 1 pack of unbonus drones in your gun. So let's just get this abomination out of the way. The second most popular feat is this one. This is the overprop Nergal. I find this one a lot more reasonable. I think it kind of makes sense. But I would like to make a couple of changes to it. So first of all, I don't really see the reason for buying an expensive warp disruptor, because Nergal will put out DPS only to 22 kilometers. And if you cannot control your opponent in 22 kilometers, then it's very unlikely that you will kill your opponent anyway. So spending 50 million on a warp disruptor, I think, is just pointless. I don't really see many situations where it will make a difference. Second, I don't think warp scrambler, especially expensive warp scrambler, is really needed. I think expensive web makes a lot more sense, because in like 10 ships, you will have a hard time staying inside the scrum range just because of agility. And expensive web actually gives you a lot more leeway, and it will still give you a pretty reasonable control. It's not like you're that afraid of anti-kiters, so you need a scrum. Not really in this ship. I think web is just way more flexible. And like there are a couple of things that I would like to change in the in low slots as well, and in rigs as well. Like I don't think you really need cap stability. I can't really imagine a situation where the fight with anything in Nergal will go past like 3 minutes, simply because you either will spool and kill, or you will not spool and it will be a draw, or you will be killed anyway. And this is assuming that you permarun your rep, and you are not gonna permarun your rep most likely. So I think this is just excessive. It's just too much cap. You don't need this much cap. So this is what I come up with. This the medium slots are Tenement and cheaper Warp Disruptor, but expensive web. The expensive web essentially gives you, I think this is with links. Yeah. Without links, it still gives you the coverage of practically the entire DPS range. So, and you're not gonna be away, further away than like 18 kilometers, because you really want to stay inside the spooling range. So essentially, every time you will deal like any DPS, you will have a web applied, which is essentially what you want. And there are a couple of combinations. There are essentially two combinations what I want to try with low slots and rigs. So this one is faster, more agile, but the cap is really on the limit. And this is why I used ancillary rep here, because for a 1 minute of cap you get more tanking out of ancillary rep and compared to the A-type rep. The A-type rep is really worth only if you can tank like more than a minute. And the second variation is more DPS, but it relies more on like a sustained tank. So this is with the Dead Space rep and two capacitor control circuits. I don't know which one is better. I have a feeling that this one is better. This is like more technically optimized. I don't really think that there are many situations where you will need to like run your rep for, I don't know, 2 minutes. It just from experience, it just seems very unlikely. And if you don't run your rep for a long time, when you are much better off just taking the speed and agility rigs rather than the capacity rigs that are practically pointless outside of tanking. But I will probably test this one, and I will test this one, and I will just figure out which one is a bit better. And finally, I like tried to make just a standard micro warp drive kite in Nergal work, and I think it looks fine to me. I haven't really seen this one on the kill boards, but like from the theoretical perspective, it looks like it will work just fine. You have a fair bit of tank, and it will be a permanent tank. Your speed is and agility is acceptable. It's like normal for assault frigate. 3k and 3.3 align. This is on par with most assault frigates, so it will be fine. It's like a Hawk or Ishkor, what we tested earlier. And this is with boosters, I guess. And you have like 21 kilometer of optimal range, so you can orbit at like 16 and try to spool. And this is extremely cheap. So essentially this is only one expensive module. So the entire feat costs like 230 million. You can, of course, upgrade it. You can buy like more expensive MWD. You can buy faction gun. but I think it's not really critical in this fit. With faction gun you will get like 2 more kilometers or 1.5 more kilometers on of optimal, and with expensive micro warp drive you will get like 100 meters per second extra. I think it's not really critical. It should work fine this way. So I will probably start with this fit because it's cheaper, and I will just get an idea of how Nergal works in most matchups. And once I get more accustomed to this ship, I will also test tournaments. Okay, I hope I will get some interesting fights. I honestly don't know how people will react to Nergal. Will they engage or will they run? We will see, and how it will perform in like reasonably challenging matchups. I have no idea. So we will see.